Here we are, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me because it's actually quite windy and also that diesel locomotive, but we are here. We are here on the final leg of our Welsh narrow gauge tour with the Vale of Rheidol at Aberystwyth. And the locomotive, one of the 3 locomotives that the Vale of Rheidol is known for, is going to be coming out to couple up to the train very, very soon. And very soon, me and Dad will be heading all the way down to Devil's Bridge in an hour. It'll take an hour to get there, wait an hour there, and then an hour to come back. A 3-hour trip, 3-hour round trip, and it should be a really good one. A fantastic one to end on, given that this railway was responsible for BR's final steam-hauled service back in the 1980s. So it's quite significant, and I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. So let's not dilly-daddle anymore and just get on with it down the line. And this is the Devil's Bridge at Devil's Bridge. It's built in 3 parts. One that was made out of iron in 1901 to carry the road over the gorge. One that was built in, I believe, in the 18th century to do the same thing. And the other was either built by the monks of the Strasbourg, Florida Abbey, I think, in 1087, or, as the name implies, it was built by the devil, as the devil came to Wales, and it convinced a woman to, well, built a bridge for the woman to get her cow that was on the other side. Don't ask me how the cow got across. But in exchange, the devil said that he would be able to own the next soul that went across, and that's exactly what he did. But the woman had other ideas, threw a piece of bread over, and her dog went across and got the bread, and she basically tricked the devil. And that's kind of the story behind Devil's Bridge, essentially. And it is quite gorgeous, I'm not going to deny. So now we're switching up a gear. We're going to be going back in these sort of like open carriages. So hopefully that should actually be a lot of fun. Aberystwyth, the end of the line, the end of our journey for us, and the end of this Welsh narrow gauge tour. Not a bad ending. However, the trip does not end there. No, in fact it ends today, the day after the Vale of Rheidol. Yes, if you recall at the beginning of the vlog, I said that I'd end the vlog on a special sort of surprise thing to end the vlog on, and we are actually here. And that is... Steam! AKA Platform 1 Cafe, and AKA the Museum of the Great Western Railway. found something that demands our attention. Caerphilly Castle.
It should be pointing to the shut position. That is pointing down.
Great Western number 6000, King George V. Last time I saw this beauty was at the National Railway Museum back in either 2010 or 2011. But it is still as beautiful as I remember. All absolutely gorgeous. But there's something even more famous over there. Also, I would like to add that the City of Truro is my dad's favourite locomotive. And he doesn't know it's there. This will be a surprise. Recognise this?
Oh, my favourite train.
Told you.
City of Truro. Excellent.
Locked up all the way to London. And when I got to London, they took me out of the train and locked me up somewhere in Paddington Station. I don't know where it was until my
Was that short in real life, then I'm probably slightly taller than Isabelle Kingdom Brunel was. But thanks for everything, mate. Really thankful for everything you've done. Truly the greatest engineer I've ever lived, provided all of this for me. See you around. You know what? We should all be thankful for Isambard. I mean, in one way or another, he is responsible for basically every single item that was in that museum, that fantastic museum. And also, how many of you, I mean, I haven't seen this, I mean, this has not been released. These videos have not been released at the time of recording this segment. So I'm really curious to know how many of you in the comment section knew that the surprise was going to be Swindon Steam. Because, well, I mean, it makes sense when you saw it on the map. But also, I'm really glad it was the ending thing. I mean, like, we had two railways that had some Great Western elements to it, the Welsh Pole Empire and also the Vale of Rheidol, so it kind of made sense to end on something like that, even though it wasn't strictly narrow gauge. Although I do wish I could have got some footage from there, like just some static shots of like some museum pieces or any other moving things that might have been cool to shoot, but I didn't. Though, to be honest, there was a lot of things that I regretted not doing. I mean, I wish I could have explored more of Carnarvon. I wish I could have got a selfie with every single engine. We managed to get a selfie with the majority of engines that we ride on every single railway, but the only ones that we didn't get with was the Taichung engines. And even in the Taichung there was some regrets. I mean, there was so much to see with the Taichung that, I mean, we could have been there for a weekend. But, I mean, I didn't get to see the Reverend W. Audrey's office in the museum section. I didn't get to taste the water at the lake where we went to the town lake. But, you know, I mean, but for everything that we did do, I am quite pleased that that it all actually came around like that, and that everything that we did get was fantastic anyways. I mean, you saw all of the personal highlights on this trip, but I mean, if I was to really rank them, I mean, you know, with being able to ride on a veranda, balcony carriage on the Welsh pool, going to Carnarvon Castle, going to Devil's Bridge, going right to the summit of Snowdon. But the biggest highlight for me, oh, and also, you know, the Swindon Museum, but the biggest highlight really was, without a shadow of a doubt, the entirety of the Taichung. The Taichung really is as special as people say it was, and I loved it so much. So much so that I would very much love to go back there and volunteer. I'm dead serious, I really want to do that. And there was no wonder the Reverend W. Audrey, you know, based some characters around that railway when he was volunteering as a guard, because it is just such a unique place, unlike any other heritage railway I've ever seen. Definitely in the top 3 for me. And they were all fantastic. I also did love the Snowdon Mountain Railway and the Vale of Rheidol. And you know what, I love the Welsh pool, like I did all that snaking and stuff. And yeah, there are some places for the Festiniog and the Welsh Highland, but not as much as the first 3, I think. And I'm also glad that I got Swindon ticked off the list. That was an added bonus. And also, throughout the course of that trip, I managed to pick up some really nice things. Like, throughout the entirety of the trip, I managed to pick up some really decent badges. In fact, they're all crests of the railways that I went to. Pick one up from each. And there's also this unique one that I got, which is of some dandelions. I think they're dandelions. But these are the Welsh national flower, and I picked these up at the Welsh Highland. The most sort of memorable, sort of like out of all these badges though, was actually the one I got at the Snowdon Mountain Railway, because I saw that the guy who was showing us up there, he had one of these badges on, and I said I liked it and I'm collecting them on the way, but he just gave it to me here and now. I didn't even ask for it, but that was just such a nice thing for him to do. Speaking of Snowdon, I also got this fantastic t-shirt. Yep, Snowdon, and the height of it, 1,085 meters. And I also got a Taichung, this kind of railway ticket badge thingamajig, and I'm already using it, and this is really cool, I think. And also, to cap off the trip, I also got this nice sort of like metal poster of from the Vale of Rheidol, which is illustrations and pictures and bios about some of the railways that I went on, apart from the one at the bottom, which is the Great Odin Railway. But you know, the Vale of Rheidol, the Taichung, and the Snowdon Mountain Railway are all on here, so I thought that would be a very unique last souvenir to cap off the trip before Swindon, and it was. There wasn't actually anything at Swindon that was worth getting, so there you have it. But these were some pretty decent souvenirs. But the conclusion is, well, yeah, this was definitely worthwhile. This trip of the Welsh Mountain Heritage Railway Light Engine Narrow Gauge Tour, as my dad so eloquently put it, was an absolute success. Well, basically, yeah, 90% a success, but it was still a success nonetheless. And, you know, I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is quite different to the normal vlogs, and this is not strictly a vlog really, but it's still something unique. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, and if you guys did enjoy it, then would you like to see more stuff like this? Would you like to see us tour more heritage railways like this and do tours like this, go on proper trips? Maybe I can invite some people within the community on here on YouTube to tag along with us. I think it would be a lot of fun, but only if you guys want it. So sound off in the comments below to let us know what you thought of this whole thing. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. But above all else, just thank you to my dad, Nicholas Loxton. Thank you very much for making this trip happen. Thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for making it such a fantastic time. And I really hope that whatever railway we visit next, it's just as good. Actually, nothing's going to top this collection of railways on this trip for a while. But I still hope that we will go on more and have just as much a great time regardless. Anyway, like I said, thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you all in the next video.